I gotta put you guys back here.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do.
Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Whoa!
Oh, that's quick. No messing around.
Here we are. We kind of got to sneak in past the dude with the hat a little bit there.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that was kind of crazy.
That's okay.
No, I honestly,
you know what's crazy is part of your head keeps disappearing.
I know. I gotta figure out what I did and get this off here.
It's all good. It's just the lighting, eh?
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah, that's it. Just look
with my earmuffs on.
Yeah. Right on, boys. Nice to see you.
Hi,
All
Mel.
you folks out there that are watching and listening, welcome to another episode of the Heikadelic Show. And looks like Melanie's number one again. Wow.
Number one.
She must like this show or something.
One, this is it. Here it comes, number one.
What's wrong with you, Melanie? You got nothing better to do on a Monday night? Oh,
Hey.
cheers!
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I'm hearing voices.
I'm just glad it's at the beginning of the show because so I can. It's so good. Oh,
Joe's.
I think you should play it again.
You want it again?
Yeah, I'll play it again, man. This is good. Cheers, everybody.
All right.
Get your drink.
All together now.
Yes. 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
That was way off. That delay, eh?
Yeah, that gets you in the mood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. Is it Monday? It must be Monday.
Isn't that a Journey song? Oh no, they're Great White or one of those white things. Here I go again on my own.
White Snake.
White Snake.
There you go. Yeah, it's funny. You know what? You think, oh, here we go again. But yes, we always start the week for everybody. We start Monday night.
The weekend starts here.
Yeah, people have gone back to work for the first day of the week, and they're all feeling shitty because, damn, I got 4 more to go. And here we are to cheer you up.
That's right.
To make your Monday a little easier, try and figure out what's wrong with my head.
So did you guys do anything cool this past week since the last time we met?
Pretty sure I did.
Did you?
If I have, I've forgotten.
Oh, my God. Must have been really good if you forgot.
I can't remember. What did I do this weekend? Oh, I went and saw Frank Soda.
Yes.
Yeah, so
How was that show?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw you put something online. So
Yeah. No, I got to see Frank. I got to see a bunch of guys at the Rock Pile, right?
Yep.
Got to see Tamara, and Steve, and Antonio.
Antonio.
Yeah, well, Tony. We'll just call him Tony because it's.
I know an Antonio too.
Yeah. It's just a little bit off of Antonio, so I don't want to say it wrong.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything cool this week, or just had fun on the weekend?
just a great weekend.
Yeah, right on. They're always the best. How about you, George? Do anything special this week?
Nope.
Nope.
Winterizing stuff and trying to find stuff in the garage that like equipment.
Yeah, the stuff that you put away nice and safe last year, right? Now
Yeah,
you're
I
trying
can't
to find
find
it
it.
again.
Yeah, and then you end up pulling everything out, and it's like a mess.
Yeah.
It takes you like 2 days.
Well, I had a little adventure on my own property. I had this massive ash tree. Well, we got lots of them on the property, and they're all dead now from this freaking little beetles, right?
Yeah.
And this one, it's close to the house, right near the cars, and massive, just freaking massive. Like the trunk at the bottom, I think I measured 23 inches across.
Yeah.
So it's big. So I said, that tree, it's been dead now for a year and a half, so it's got to come down. And then I had a guy come by and give me a quote just to cut it down.
1,500.
18.
18.
Wow.
$1,800 just to cut it down and drop it on my property, and then I have to clean it all up. And I'm like, are you kidding me? For $1,800, I'd like you to cut it down, clean it up, and build me a canoe out of it or something. Like, come on, right?
A log cabin.
Yeah.
So,
on the subject of things like that of nature, I only found recently, it must have been there all summer in the tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is at the front. There's a massive wasp's nest. It's huge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've not done anything with it because it's pretty high up, you know what I mean? But it sort of hangs over one of the vehicles at times.
Yeah.
And I see them going in and out. But what happened to that? I guess it just dies off in the winter, right?
I think they go dormant.
Right.
I don't think they die off. I think they go in the nest, and I don't know if wasps do that. I think bees do this, is they cluster together and they keep themselves warm, and they actually stay in the nest over the winter.
Right. I think these
wasps hibernate too.
I think they do too, because I know when wasps, when it gets cold, they get really slow and stupid.
Yeah.
And that's why this time of year you'll see them outside and they're just flying like retarded all over the place because they have no job right now.
Yeah.
Right. There's no queen to feed. There's no food. But they're flying around. They're still in work mode, right?
Getting the pot plants. Harvest season, man.
Yeah.
No,
so
it's like unbelievable, the actual nest.
That's the time to take it down, George, is in the winter when they're dormant.
Yeah.
You see all these morons online trying to take them down in the middle of the day when it's hot and sunny out.
Oh no!
With a bag, and they're going to cut it and have it in the bag, and like whatever.
Yeah.
So
no, but it's a work of art. It's beautiful. I mean,
it's incredible what they do.
Unbelievable, considering how small they are, and this thing is like massive.
Oh yeah. You know? So you imagine what's inside. Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's why
there's a lot of them in there.
Quite a few apartments.
That's right. I'll wait till slowed down a fair bit.
The condo complex.
Yeah.
So, anyways, with this tree, I decided to take it upon myself to bring it down.
Okay.
I did it.
Did you? It was okay. You didn't hit nothing.
Took me 2 days. Yeah. And thank God I got one of those sky lifts.
Yeah.
Not the scissor lift, but the one that has the arms, has three arms that go up, and then it has the extendable boom. So I had this thing right up to the max. It was kind of scary. I think around 65, 70 feet up in the air. Oh. And then the hydraulics are not little joysticks, it's toggle switches.
Yeah.
So now if you want to move over a little bit, you hit the toggle switch and it goes and now you're wobbling like this for a minute. It's like, holy shit, I'm gonna die.
Hey, but the last, no more falling,
And I was doing good. And there's 2 hydro lines, one this way, one this way, that go up, and the tree was right in the center of it, right? So I had hydro lines to worry about too. And I was working my way up, taking limbs down, letting stuff fall, and then I got to the point where I'm up as high as I can go, and I looked up, and I still had, I'm guessing, 25, maybe 30 feet more tree to go.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, oh shit, now I'm gonna have to call somebody to come and take the rest of it down. This is stupid, right? But then I got a little ingenious with some pulleys and tie-off straps and tow ropes, and I tied shit up there and cut it off so it would just kind of fall and hang, and then I would take the lift and back off and start cutting it all up and dropping small pieces.
Yeah.
So it took me 2 days, but I did it.
Wow.
And today I was out there and I'm cleaning up my mess. So yeah, it was a challenge, but I'm pretty excited I got it done. It was a big job.
Yeah, I got a pine tree that's about 6 or 7 feet from my barn.
Yeah.
And I'm not that daring.
No.
I got a buddy who used to be an arborist. He said if I want it just dropped, let him know. So I'm gonna get him to do it like in the winter, so I can just drop it and burn it like as I go.
Yeah. See, pines. I helped take some pines down once before, and you have your belt and your spikes, and what they would do is they cut the limbs off as they go up.
Yeah.
So you have a trunk with little things sticking out, and then they would start cutting pieces off and bringing it down.
Yeah.
Because a pine is nice and straight, right?
Yep.
Where this was a
all weedy.
ash, and it was little all over the place. But that was my challenge for the last couple days. That was my Friday, Saturday job.
Mel says Joe got the most awesome burger and rings for supper today at a great spot Heiko recommended.
Really? I wonder if Joe went to Country Stop Burger.
Oh, maybe in Ballantrae.
Yeah. Oh my God. I got a story about that too, because we went to Newmarket to get some business done today. Yeah. And it was just after lunch, and we were both starving. And I said, let's go to Country Stop Burger. But we're all the way over in Newmarket, and my wife says, I'm hungry right now. I don't want to drive all the way over there. I said, okay. So there was this place that just opened up called Fresh Burger. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No.
I guess it's a new chain or something.
Okay.
Don't go there.
Yeah. Don't
go there. Oh, the thing that got me is I got to see them cook the patties, right? Because the kitchen's there. Just like if you go to Country Stop Burger, you can see them make everything, right? I'm watching this guy, and he's got the spatula, and he's squishing the patty, and he's like mucking it around.
Yeah.
And then he picked up the other spatula and started shaping it to make it round again. And then he's playing with it. I go, stop playing with my fucking food. Like, what are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
So he's cooking the patties, and then, they got the burger ready, and they're getting ready to take the patty off the grill. And he got the spatula underneath it and one on top, and he picked it up off the grill on an angle like that. And I'm just watching it drip. And I'm going, holy shit. It was like a wet rag, like the stuff that was coming off. And I go, oh boy, this burger must be really juicy, right?
Yeah.
It was fucking grease. It was so disgusting. Oh my freaking God. So never ever going back there again. Danny, for listening, sorry. I should have made her drive to Country Stop Burger.
That's right. Next time.
Next time.
It's worth the drive.
Yeah.
It is.
Worth the drive to Ballantrae on Highway 48.
Yeah, seriously, if you guys, anybody out there is in that area near Stouffville, just north of Stouffville, or it's actually just east of Newmarket, take the time out, go to Country Stop Burger. And it's not just burgers they sell there. They got souvlaki, they got gyros, the steak on a bun is absolutely to die for there. Great restaurant. Check it out. That's my plug for today.
Danny's not even on here to hear it.
I know. He's probably still cleaning up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you see my new can? Look at that. Ooh,
What do you got there?
Canada Maple Ale.
Oh,
It's
nice.
really good, and it comes from. Can you see that at the top? Perth Brewery.
So that's out by Kingston, right?
Yeah, it's just this side of Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
They actually make really, really nice beer, and I have this other one that I'm going to open next, and it's called Easy Amber.
Easy Amber.
Easy.
Oh,
look at that.
Hey, it's look at that. It's a backside. And speaking of backsides,
we didn't even
George,
rehearse that.
Can you help us with the backside?
I believe I can show you mine that I've got here.
Ooh, let's not get too crazy. There's kids watching the show.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
It's after 9.
Why exactly? Why?
You're watching the Heikadelic show.
Old men talk about whatever.
Yeah. You're watching the Heikadelic show. Why?
Wait a second. Speaking of talking about whatever, just because I gotta fix that. But anyways, did you guys hear about the NASA rocket?
Yeah, so about an asteroid or something.
Yeah, they launched a rocket at an asteroid
that was heading for Earth.
Oh, is it Independence Day already?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back.
The voice of a drummer.
Yeah, the voice of a drummer.
I forget the song. I saw a thing today. I follow this drumming thing too. It's like Drum Mania or something like that. It was done on a hockey rink on the ice.
Yeah.
And the guy had skates on, and he was a drummer. And they made this giant frickin' circle with all drum kits.
Nice.
And what he did is he played a song as he skated by all the drum kits. And at the end, he finally sat down on one and did the main part of the song. And then he got up again and went all the way around.
Right on.
Oh, it was Wipeout. That song, Wipeout. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Drummer on the move.
So, Jay, what was the first song you learned on drums?
Oh, the very first song I learned on drums was a band I still love to this day. It was the Cult Wildflower.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Ian Astbury.
Yes.
And Billy.
And I was taught by John Riddell, who I recently, within the last year, found him on Facebook. I was just always curious. So I had like 2 or 3 weeks of lessons.
Yeah.
And that was my introductory into playing drums. And then I was just like,
so you just one day said, I want to play drums. And that was it?
No. Okay. I wanted to play guitar.
Oh,
right. Okay. So my biological father he's one of those guys who can play anything. Right. So I wanted to play guitar, and I asked him if he would teach me, and he said, not until your hand can reach around the neck. And I was like, okay. So then I went over to Uncle Duff, who was the drummer, right? And I was like, can I play your drums? And he's like, hell yeah. And he handed me drumsticks. And from that day on, I was like, well, I guess I'm a drummer.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Yeah. And what did your dad think of that?
Huh?
What did your dad think of that?
Indifferent, I guess.
Oh, okay.
He bought me a guitar when I was like 16, and I still have it. And I learned how to play the beginning of every Metallica song in Iron or Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Right.
And then drums is more fun.
Yeah, see, me too. I started with an acoustic guitar. I took some lessons so I could read notes and shit like that. And then, I played around with that, but it's just everybody I knew at that time played guitar. So it was kind of like another guitar, right? And then I moved out to Ottawa, and I was in an apartment, and right around the corner there was a bar, and a lot of times they had live music there. So I was on my own. So I just hung out and went to the bar once in a while. And one night there was a band there. I think they were called Valentino. And I watched the bass player play. I was sitting right up front. And this guy was really good. He was like all over. He did like a little bass solo and stuff like that, and I could actually hear it in the song instead of just a beat in the background, right?
Yeah.
And I went to him after, and I got him a drink and said, "My God, that was so cool. I love that," and blah blah blah. And he says, "Did you ever want to play bass?" I said, "Now I do. I watched you play tonight," and it's like, that is so cool, right? Because I said I could kind of play guitar a little bit, but man, I'd love to learn how to play the bass. So he looks at me and he goes, "Well, I got a bass in the truck I could sell you." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
So I got a bass off the guy that night at the bar, and then I went out and got myself a little amp, and there we go. I took it home to my apartment, and I had it out on the balcony, and I'd sit there late at night, bang, 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 and then you hear people yelling and shit, and it was like, okay. That's how it started.
Yeah. Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome.
Oh, she threw up she loves my drumming.
We all love your drumming, Derek.
Oh
yeah.
That's the thing, though, as a drummer. I mean, like, the guitarist or whoever. I mean, they have just one case and that, but you like haul all that stuff around.
Yeah, it's a whole freaking trailer.
Do you get help, or do you have to? As a drummer, is it your sole responsibility to bring your kit and set it up?
I use a lot of backline, so.
Oh, okay.
But yes, it is. When we do like.
Explain that. What's backline?
Backline is other equipment. Basically.
Okay.
It's equipment that's already there, kind of thing. Yeah.
So if you practice in a studio, there's a set there that you use, or sometimes
or you go to play to like you go to some venues and stuff, and they already have a drum set there, so you don't have to haul your drum set 3 or 4 hours away or stuff, right?
Mm. Right.
You just bring
that's cool.
Yeah. You bring what's called breakables. Cool. So you bring your sticks because they break. You bring your cymbals because they break. You bring your snare because if you break somebody else's snare, what are they going to play on? And your pedals. So it's pretty basic, but yeah.
I never thought cymbals could break.
Oh yeah. Oh. Really? Cymbals break very easy.
That's a big metal disc, and you're hitting it with a little piece of wood.
Big piece of brass and vibration, right? You know vibration. So you've seen where they flex, right?
Yeah.
If you hit that wrong and stop that flex, you hit it straight on, it'll just smash.
I've never seen that.
See, when you hit a drum, when you hit a cymbal, you don't go through it. You hit it, and once it moves, you stop or you swing to the side. Like you sweep.
You smack off of it.
Yeah. If you go right through it, you're gonna break it. You're just gonna snap it.
No way. I'm gonna have to look that up tonight after the show, because I would never think you could bust a cymbal with a drumstick.
Oh, easy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I've seen guys use those big, huge, fat drumsticks before, right? Yeah. But I could see that. But
no.
Wow.
And like the cymbals that I use, I've got $2,400 invested in them, right?
Yeah.
So they're pretty expensive. If I break one, I'm spending $300 or $400 to get it
just to replace it.
And that's like my cost, and I have an endorsement. So they're not something you want to really mess around with. Wow. You want to hit them right.
I guess so.
Break them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Learned something tonight.
Yeah.
You always learn.
Yeah.
People that say I know everything, they're the dumber people. Sorry, but it's fact.
Keisha wants to know how George
there you go.
became a DJ.
Well,
George.
How did I?
Yes.
Why did I? Because I'm useless at. I haven't got a note in my head.
How did you become one?
Well, how and why? How did you become a DJ?
Well,
how's that?
My mum used to play a lot of. She had a record player. She used to play. She had records, which I wasn't allowed to touch, go near, or anything like that.
Perfect. Good for your mom.
So there's a few things. I thought, well, I was fascinated by the radio, where a guy would go, whatever, and as soon as he stopped talking, the vocal came in. I thought, how did they do that? Things like that. And I thought, that's great. And the thought of, just playing music. I mean, obviously radio was the first thing I thought you'd go for. And I had I was in like teens and I had opportunities, but I didn't have the talent. But then playing out live in front of a crowd, clubs, I thought, let's go.
So you loved music to begin with. You loved playing music, and now you wanted to play music for other people.
And the other thing I thought of, because say when I was like, say 15, 16, and you start going out, you're underage, but you go into clubs, certain clubs you can get in, or pubs and bars, right? So we used to do that. And I thought, you'd come home, I had a Saturday job, I was just still at school. And I thought, I'm getting this all wrong here. You know what I mean? I'm going out, and I'm coming back, and I've got no money for the rest of the week. And I thought, what if I was to be that DJ that's up there, having a great time, talking to the girls, playing the music, make some money, and buy some more records with that? And that was it. Yeah. And that was it. So it was a way of, because I was already collecting records, and I thought, that's a great way to build your record collection.
So you wanted to pay for your habits.
Yeah, and then have more money on a Monday than I did on the Saturday night when I went into a club. And,
very good.
And the thing with the records was, it was just, I was fascinated by vinyl, the fact you could put a needle on a record. It was a few different things. So this is great. It really appeals to me to go and do this.
I still want to know, how did somebody figure out to get wax or whatever and sing into a thing and it's gonna record it?
The wax cylinder.
That out.
I don't know
what I mean?
Yeah.
Where does that shit actually really come from?
Yeah.
Is that some dude who is checking on fucking mushrooms or something? And he's like, wow.
Well, they've known for a long time. They've had instruments, so somebody figured out that instruments, the sound is a wave. So now how do you catch that wave, right? And kind of, right?
Like you're trying to get to a bad cliche coming.
Yeah, no. How do you catch that? How do you keep it? How do you save it? If you want to listen to it later, type thing, and then a song is, 3-4 minutes long. So now your wave, you have to have a continuous wave that long. So somebody, I guess, figured out to put it on a round disc. It's pretty cool. Really cool. You can look back at the history of it. I've seen when they started making records and when they actually engraved a blank disc. Yeah. Right. You used to go into those little booths and you could record your own record. That's how it all started, right?
Wax, right?
Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
weird.
George, that's how you fell in love with the idea of playing for people. So how did you become a DJ? Did you have all the equipment, all the records, and a record player portable?
I had some records because I've been buying them. So I started in a youth club, playing the records there, and they had their records. You know what I mean? They had records in the youth club, so that's how I used to go and play. Pardon?
Like a YMCA type of thing.
Well, for kids, a youth club.
Yeah. So they had a record player there, I guess, and you just brought some records and you would play.
A bit of a dance. They'd have a dance on a Saturday night. They'd have a band, and then someone would play the records. Between the sets. Please, sir, yes, sir. That was me.
Nice.
Things like that. Yeah, and then
wasn't it a pain back then because when the song was over, you had to take the record off. Get the other record.
It wasn't a double deck, but it was two turntables that someone had hooked up, so you could actually.
And you had a switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I love to have pictures of that stuff because it was all the wooden boxes and things like that. And
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, my turntable is from the 70s. It's a dual, and it's actually in a wooden case.
Yeah.
The actual base of the turntable is made out of wood, and then it's inside it, and it's insulated with springs and shit, so it's not a part of the wood box.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, Keisha, I hope that answered your question.
This is
good evening, Richard.
You know what that is?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now
This is all that's left from my first ever stereo that I bought, a Philips stereo in 1970.
Oh, Philips, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, and I had a speaker either side of my bed. Yeah.
And how many 45s could you put on that? 2 or 3 on that little piece?
You could take you had a single one, but I think you could actually replace it with the one that you could put.
Because that one that you have there, it's not a single. It's actually got some height to it.
Yeah, this is for this is a Spider. When they don't have centers, this came with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could actually put a couple on that, couldn't you?
Well,
it looks like two or three 45s you could throw on that.
Now it was only in North America that they had the holes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the UK, you could punch them out.
Why is that? Just for money?
I guess that. I mean, in the UK, they'd have like the center, and there'd be like 4 little connectors, and you could just
and you could knock them out, right?
Yeah. So I guess that way you could use them either or, right? Whereas if you got no center, well then, who's the average person won't be able to play it at home. So
I did have some old 45s that just had the little 3/8 hole in the middle. It didn't have the large hole. But your 78s, they all had the small hole as well, just like the 33s did, right?
Yeah.
The LPs. So I always wondered that too. Why was the 45 different? And I looked it up, and it was because of jukeboxes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's the reason why they put the bigger hole in it, because they couldn't grab a hold of that little tiny hole for the spindle to drive them, so they needed a larger hole.
That's what this is for. So ex-jukebox records, well, you can play them.
You can play them on your turntable. Yeah.
Richard's asking there about records. We had milk crates. Yeah, I did actually.
Yep.
I did
too.
But I'll take you back even further, because in the late 70s, when 12-inch singles started to become a thing. It was a new thing. So we had like LP boxes, like these like LP cases with flip lids. And I think you could get 25 or 50 in there, something like that.
They were a hard case with the lid flipped. Yeah. And when they were latched shut, they had a handle on the top, right?
Carrying handle, like a
Yep.
So I had this brilliant idea. I can't remember where I got it from, but it was obviously the back of a store or somewhere, or a bar or somewhere like that. And I'm outside, and I noticed there was Pepsi Cola crates, the plastic, when they were in plastic, with the compartments. They were like, I think there was 6 or 8 bottles of, say, Pepsi or Coke, whatever was in there. And I thought, what if I was to saw out the compartments? I could get like more albums than in like an LP case. So I was actually using Pepsi crates that I modified at home. And then eventually, of course, the milk crate thing, because we didn't have milk crates in the UK, like in North America and Canada.
Yeah, you guys just had bottles.
Yeah. So I actually that was my first milk crate, was actually a Pepsi. I think it was Pepsi or Coca-Cola. I've got a picture somewhere at a pub where I've actually got it next to it, and it's like got Coca-Cola on it. And then I used to put stickers over the top and things like that. And then eventually you got like professional cases that would hold 100 12-inch singles.
Yeah. And those were heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I have hi Junior. I had the cardboard boxes when they sent LPs to record stores. They would come in cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
And they were 12 1/4 by 12 1/4 by 12, and they were cubes.
Yeah.
So I had some of those, and they actually hold 100 LPs.
Yeah.
And when you pick that up, it's freaking heavy. That's a lot of vinyl.
It is. Probably why I've got a bad back.
Probably. Hey, are any of you guys Greek by any way?
No.
No.
Elena's dad came by and he dropped off some of this.
Mastika.
It's mastika. It's kind of like Greek moonshine. It's like
your barbecue with it?
It's better if you put it in a little glass and just sip on it. But yeah, We're gonna have some of that.
Giggle and have bad decisions.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Oof.
I remember my friend was telling me he was Italian. His nonna, or I think that's what he called her, was
nonna. Yep.
She made her own grappa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, get me some of that, right? And he's like, okay, yeah, not a problem. So he brought me a 2-liter bottle of it.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, great. I tried it. I couldn't drink it.
Yeah.
Right. So I had a couple buddies over, and like these are like hardcore drinkers. They couldn't drink it either. Right.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like this is crazy. Like we even soaked it in fruits and stuff. We ate the fruits, but you couldn't drink the alcohol. Like it burned. So
yeah. See, so it depends how they made it.
Yeah. No,
but
I go back to Frank. I'm like, oh my God, your grandma drinks that? He starts laughing. He goes, hell no. She uses it to start her barbecue.
So he gave it to you to drink. Oh, that's hilarious.
Nice guy. Well, this is a guy too. Okay, so let me tell you this story. This is a crazy story. So, okay, we used to, back in the day, you go out after work with the boys, right?
Right.
You know how you kind of got your work friends. So we went out drinking, and we had a group anyway. So my buddy, same guy, Frank, he says, I have some family coming in, and they're from the island. Like they don't understand North America at all. Like this guy's never seen prostitutes. He's small village guy, right? So I was like, okay. So he goes, what do you want to do? He goes, we're going to take him out. We're going to have a great time. And I'm like, I know this guy. Like he's got a crazy sense of humor, right? So anyways, we start driving around, and we were partying, and we went to a couple of strip clubs and stuff like that, right? And all of a sudden this guy's like his cousin, he's like, I want to go get a prostitute, right? Yeah. Like, what? He's like, I want to go get a prostitute. So Frank's like, well, pull over. And they used to have Now magazines at gas stations and stuff, right?
Yeah, I remember that
magazine. So Frank's like, okay, no problem, let's go. So this is back when you had the triangle flip phone. Remember those ones?
Yeah.
Right? So Frank gets the Now magazine, opens it up, and he's makes a phone call, and he's like, okay, you got to go here, right? So, we were about like 20 minutes away. So we go and pull out front, and Frank's like, makes the phone call. Okay, hey, we're here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm sending, he's coming up. Anyways, he goes up the stairs, and Frank's laughing the whole time, right? He's laughing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what did you do? And he's like, just wait. Right? So his cousin comes down holding his stomach. And he goes, and this is like 10 minutes later, okay? Just so you have a frame of. So his cousin comes down holding his stomach, and he's like, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever been with a girl like this. I have no idea what I'm doing. So she tells me to take down my pants, right? And she starts. Yeah, right? So, anyways, so she starts doing that. He goes, I don't know what to do. So I reached down and I feel dingles down there. I had to come down. Now I'm sick. Frank got him a tranny.
Nice.
Oh, Frank.
Wow. Oh, God.
Nice. Yeah.
What are friends for?
Exactly.
No, it was his cousin. So.
Yeah, shits and giggles. That's it. It's what it's all about.
But I just couldn't believe it. I should have known better, but it was just.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing that coming, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Frank's like, that was the best $150 I think I ever spent.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Especially when you have a group of guys around to watch when he comes back to laugh, right? That's the priceless part of the whole joke, right? Yeah.
So yeah.
But I remember like grappa. It's what we call moonshine. They call it grappa.
Yeah.
And I used to work with an Italian guy, Carlo Bruno, right? And he says, "Come on over. I'm gonna make grappa tonight. Come to my house after work." So I'm like, "All right." And he had these 45-gallon drums full of mash that he'd been brewing up for a while, right? And he had the still set up in the garage, and it was big. It was like, holy shit, man! How did the neighbors not know what you're doing? Because this is like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
You weren't really allowed to do this kind of shit.
Still are.
But and the only thing that he had out front was he'd had the garden hose running into the still, and then he had a garden hose on the back of the still going out underneath the garage door. So all he had was water running down his driveway. So nobody really knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
But we filled this thing full and bolted it shut and fired up the flame underneath. And then you sit there and wait, right? And then he went in the house and he got a little shot glass. And he put it on the floor underneath the spout. And we're waiting and waiting. And he goes, "Hey, look. And you could see a little bit of steam coming out and going up. No liquid, just steam."
Yeah.
He goes, it's coming. He goes, "The first shot glass is the best." And all of a sudden you get a drip and another drip and another drip. And you fill that shot glass up. And we tried that. It was like, oh my God, this is insane, right? So we make a couple buckets of it.
Wow.
And this stuff too. It's not the greatest stuff just to drink. Like, it's strong as hell. And when you put it in your mouth goes dry. It's like, right? Give me something else to drink with it.
Yeah.
But he would even run his through the still twice to make it stronger and cleaner. But the stuff he made was dynamite. It was so good.
Yeah.
And I still have a bottle upstairs of that 20 years ago. Yeah. And the stuff we used to do with it, I remember this was Alcool, which was a product that you could buy. 99%. In Ontario, you could only get the red bottle, which was 40%, just like the rest of our spirits. But if you drove to Quebec, it was 96%. It was in a blue bottle. And so we used to go and buy that, and we bring it back, right? Oh, it was nuts. It was nuts.
You use that for making
88
weed
proof
oil.
or something.
Oh.
Well, you would make alcohol with it, right? Because it's pure alcohol. And same thing, you would take your finger, stick it in the bottle, touch your tongue, and your whole tongue would just go dry. Just like that.
And you go blind for about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Well, what we started doing, it was funny, my buddy, we'd get the cap, we'd fill the cap up, shoot the cap back, and have something juice or anything just to chase it, right?
Yeah.
And within 10 seconds, you'd feel it. You get a buzz. It wouldn't last very long, but you get a buzz, right? So it was kind of fun doing that. And we were at a party once. It was a big party, lots of people, and we're outside at a picnic table. So we had the bottle on the table with our drinks, and then we just went over to the railing to have a smoke, right? So we're talking, and we look over, and there's this guy, and he's staring at the bottle on the table, right? And he kind of slowly walks over beside the table, and he's looking around. Then he gets up right beside it. Then he picks the bottle up, and he's looking around, and he kind of looks at the bottle, and he's looking around. And then we see him take the cap off, and he went, "Huh," and glug, glug. We saw a couple bubbles come up. He put the cap down and put the bottle on the table, and we watched him. He just went, poof, face first onto the deck. Done. Gone. Out.
Wow.
Done. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hi,
we were talking about you earlier, and you weren't on.
Yeah.
We're saying how good your burgers were.
We had a buddy who dropped in. Who dropped in from here, Joe.
Yeah.
Mel's husband.
Yeah.
But Heiko committed sacrilege. He confessed.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to know this, Danny. But he.
No, you don't want to know. You don't want to know this story.
It's two-timing you.
You're gonna have to watch the show on rerun to find out what happened.
Alana wanted a burger now. I said, no, let's go to Danny's because we're in Newmarket. Let's go to Danny's. Come on, we get a good burger. No, so we had a burger. Was so bad, buddy. Was so bad.
Should have went to Danny's.
Yes. Never again. I will make her.
Burger, Ballantrae, Highway 48.
I will say, pull over. I'm driving to Danny's. I'm driving to Country Stop Burger.
Davis Drive.
It's worth the drive.
It's worth the drive.
Drive to Ballantrae.
I think we got to go out there sometime soon. See? Yes, he agrees.
Absolutely.
Wow. So we got really sidetracked there. We were going to do some backside thing, but
yeah, and then
it kind of went away.
That's okay.
I mentioned something about an asteroid, and here we are 45 minutes later.
That's it. That's the way we roll here. By the way, where's Ringo?
Where is Ringo?
He's out west.
There's no Ringo. Where's Ringo?
Well, we did it again. We forgot that Ringo. We forgot to invite Ringo.
We forgot to put him on the show.
Moonlighting again. Where is it? How many weeks is this now?
He's going to be pissed that we didn't put him on the show today.
Damn. Sorry, Ringo.
He's moonlighting somewhere.
No. He was like, oh, man. See what happens when I... Okay, so just so people know, I'm going to confess here. So our guest for next week, I invited on tonight by accident, and I started making everything before tonight for that guest. So that guest is not coming on. If you're here to watch that guest, well, he's not coming on.
Tune in next week.
He'll be on next week.
Who is that guest? Tell everybody who he is.
The legendary DJ from Q107, Al Joins. And now he's from the Edge. Now I think he's doing Thursday nights at the Edge Land with the tribute bands and stuff.
Yeah. I used to, when he was on the Q back in the day, I used to listen to that man every day.
Yep.
And
Sandra actually went and saw, I'm going to say it was Brian Adams cover band there.
Right.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing her. I don't see her on, but we were talking about her.
Oh, right, yeah.
I figure if we talk about her, then she'll come on, right? Because they worked with Danny. So
yeah.
All right. And Susan's dying laughing.
Yes, she is. I don't know what she's laughing at, but
whatever you did,
must be one of us.
Your plants there, Susan, your tomato plants, they were looking really good. Man, I totally mine are crap this year. My plants are really, really small.
Well,
tomato plants.
Yes. I had one of them, it busted really early in the year, like it split. The wind got to it.
Yeah.
So I just had a little sprout left. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to let it grow. And it's a couple feet tall now. It's starting to get some stuff on it, but it's small. But I had a really big one, and it was bushy and full. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is good. And one day I just look at it and go, hey, all the leaves are like wilty, like it needs water. Yeah. So I watered it. It didn't get it, like it just takes hours, right? I looked at it later, I go, it's still like that. So I watered it again the next day. It just died.
Huh? Maybe
but I noticed
overwatered it.
No, I did not. I noticed it's on a bit of an angle. So I think the wind got to it. I did have rebar around it holding it up because it was quite large.
Yep.
But I just think it disrupted the roots. It just pulled it over, and a lot of the roots maybe broke, and it just died.
You know what I find works great for holding them up is the large tomato plant, the cages.
Mm.
You know, the big ones. They're like
I tried that. My plants get so big that's not big enough. So I actually hammer rebar into the ground and I tie them off. Yeah.
Maybe I should get my plants from you.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to let you have some. I got a special plant this year from a buddy, and they're clones. He grows them, and it's called Crinkle. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yes, Crinkle has been around for a while. It's actually a local strain.
Yep.
And
so I have one out there of that I picked up, and it's probably close to 4 feet tall, but the buds are massive, just massive.
They're
So we'll see how that
too,
turns
right?
out. Yeah.
Not really dense. They're fluffy. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't squeezed them yet to see, but it looks really good. So we'll see.
And how do you cure your weed?
I take the whole plant if it's not too big, and I hang it up. I just rip it out of the ground and hang it up. And I let it do most of its drying that way until it's, it's like maybe 80% dry, 75, 80%. And then I break it down a little bit, and then I bring it inside with the dehumidifier and everything, and I dry it completely.
Okay.
Yeah. So it takes a bit of time.
See, where you break it down and dehumidify it, I break it down, and that's where I jar it. And then I put it into jars and let it, it takes a little bit more work because every day you got to open the jars and let them breathe. But
yeah, because I know a few people that did that jarring thing, and almost all of them had trouble with mold.
Okay, but that's the problem. They put it in too wet.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't do that.
Mine's crispy. Mine's crispy to the touch. It'll be sticky as hell, but crispy, right? And that's when you put it in. And then you'll see your stem won't have a hole through it yet. If there's a hole through it, it's too dry, right?
Yeah.
So then you put it in, and literally you have to, when you jar it, you only 3/4 jar it. Like I use pickle jars, right?
Yep.
So I make it 3/4 full, and you have to have that air in it, and literally shake it every day. If you don't shake it, you're gonna get the mold.
Yeah.
Because you have to slowly move it.
Yeah, that's why I dry mine 100% with the dehumidifier and stuff to make sure it's totally crisp.
But when you dry it 100%, you don't let the crystals get into it. They fall off. Right. So you're not getting as high as you could be getting. You're not getting the potential out of your weed. So if you let it go longer, it stays sticky. And like I got weed from 3 years ago that if you touch it, your fingers will still be sticky.
Mine too. Like if you actually handle the buds, it's sticky.
Yeah.
Like I have some actually right beside me in a bucket. Yeah.
No, that's cool. So, that's good.
Yeah. I'm learning. I'm not a pro at this by all means. I started a couple years ago just for fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? I grew these crazy big plants that looked amazing in the garden. And that's what I liked about it. I thought, look what I grew. And then I don't do much else with it. It's just, you know what I mean?
For years, I grew plants, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized that growing it is only the beginning.
Yes.
Right. It's what you do after you grow it and how you cure it. And that's when it started to me becoming like more, look, if I, do this one for 2 months, let it breathe every day, and then I go to a week, it's, everything made a little bit of a difference. See,
I'm learning a lot.
Oh, you got a Bible. Look at you.
Yes. Look at this thing. Look at the size of it. It's amazing what's in here.
Yeah.
And I've learned so much, and I haven't even gotten into like a third of it.
2.
You know what I mean? It's wild. It's such a great thing and a fun thing. Even like today we went to the Horticultural Society just before the show. That's why I was almost late. And they had a speaker in talking about mushrooms.
Yep.
Right? How to identify mushrooms and this and that and this and everything. And, I've seen mushrooms. We go sometimes out in the forest, and I take lots of pictures of them because some of them just are so cool.
Yeah.
Like bright red, bright yellow, orange, speckled, and some are spiny, some are slimy. I don't know what the hell they are, but I learned a ton today, and it was so funny. The guy was hilarious, and he says, you can come with me and does like tours where you go and you forage for mushrooms and so and so and so. And he says, if anybody asks me, can I eat that? He doesn't answer them. The only thing he'll ever say is, you can, but you can maybe only eat it once. You know what I mean? Because there's so many types and there's so many different ways to identify them. and he says, you get sold, so you tell him, oh yeah, you can eat those. And then someone gets sick and dies, and then you have a lawsuit on your hands because the wife says, well, you told my husband he could eat that.
So Susie wants to know if you got that book off of Amazon.
They do have it. I got it at Kohl's bookstore, believe it or not. But you can get it at Amazon. It might be cheaper there, but Kohl's carries it as well. Just make sure you get the latest. There's a couple of them out there. I have the 3rd edition. It's hard to see because of the fucking lighting.
Yeah, pull it back a bit.
There you go. Third edition, right there. Yep. Make sure you get that. It's a lot more up to date. It's got a lot more stuff in it. Every aspect about growing, cultivating, everything. It's all in there. It's all in there. It's really cool. It literally is the cannabis Bible.
Really cool. Like really, really cool.
And even if you're just into stuff, it's fun just reading it. Anyways, enough of that.
Well, George,
we're still waiting for the backside.
Well, there you go, viewer. Well, there you go, viewer. We hope you enjoyed the segment we call Heiko's Horticultural Hints. And I'll do it more next week.
Thanks,
so
buddy.
join us next week for more. Talking of mushrooms before.
How to get high with Heiko.
I tell you what, in the driveway here, I mean, the mushroom. We've got mushrooms that come through every now and again. That come through like the asphalt and everything. I mean, the power of those things to grow through that. Because you're talking like a layer like that, right? And managed to come through.
Well, it's even what I learned tonight was amazing. The mushroom that you see is only the part that's used to reproduce, and that's the part we pick.
Yep.
Right.
The rest of it is all underground.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Because mushrooms have no roots. There's just this mass of veins and stuff, which is the whatever the hell they called it. Yeah. And that is where the mushrooms come from. The only part you see sticking out through the ground is the part that reproduces. And
that's why you
puts
flick
the spores in the air, right?
Yeah. I say there's some power to get that through this little.
Oh yeah,
it's delicate, right? It just breaks, right? So how the heck does it go through asphalt?
I have pictures I took in the spring of leaves, and the leaves were in bumps, just like my hand. It was like a little bump on the ground, and I moved the leaves, and there was a mushroom growing underneath, pushing the leaves up. And when I pulled, it just snapped off. It was so delicate. But it had the strength to lift up a bunch of wet leaves.
Amazing.
So it's like, it's very, very cool.
How do they do that?
Way to go.
All right, we better do this back. We've been
better do this backside, George. We'll be 5 minutes through the end of the show. And we'll say,
I know,
George!
I've done it. All right, here we go. Boom.
Oh, hey.
Oh, look at all the tape. Holy shit, George.
Actually, the Post-it notes. Yeah.
Post-it notes. Wow.
All right, so
that's got to be Supertramp.
Any guesses? Supertramp?
Yeah.
Without even a question, it goes for Supertramp.
No, it's just Supertramp.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Supertramp.
Come on, Kathy. I know you're out there. What is it?
Oh, we got the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees.
It looks like there's 4, not 3.
Well spotted, Derek. You see, you're a professional at this.
Yeah, I saw the 4 too. Nice try, Kathy.
Yeah, I'm even going to try to get the hairlines to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not the Fab 4 because that's not their hairlines.
Nope.
I'm
saying nothing. You have to ask questions.
So is this a group? Like, a band?
Yes.
Like,
that's a band. That's a band.
Yeah.
And where are they from?
I can't tell you that.
Can you tell us UK or North America?
They're not from the UK or North America.
Are they Irish? Is it U2?
Is it U2?
No.
I was actually watching a U2 concert from Paris from about 5-6 years
ago.
Hey,
is it?
It is the disco era. It is.
Is it ABBA?
Is it ABBA?
Oh,
Yes.
Jeez.
Michael, that's 2 back-to-backs you've got, haven't you?
Not bad, eh?
Last week you got the Stones, right?
I think so.
No, I think I got that one. I don't know. We were gonna give it to him though.
The ABBAs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just kind of, because I have a lot of their albums, and they always had the pictures of the four of them, and that's like, and then you couldn't tell us where it was from because that's a dead giveaway.
A dead giveaway. Whoever asked that first of all was going to like get it right. So because the last couple of weeks have been a bit harder, right? So I thought, okay, it's not easy.
Oh, come on, Kathy, you could do better than dang you.
Now, come on now, don't be bitter.
Dang me,
be a good
grab
sport.
a rope and hang me.
And we'll have another one next week.
Everybody drink to that.
Whose song that is? George?
Pardon?
Dang me, might as well grab a rope and hang me.
I'm told
No.
Now I'm going to have to look that up.
George, your drink's almost empty.
It is. I'm going to have to go and refresh my glass, recharge it in a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a little bit left.
Oh, cheers.
Well, we got cheers.
We nearly lost you.
I tell you now, I go to parties and people start going, cha la 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 la.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then my wife was in Italy. She got me this, which is almond wine.
Oh.
Yeah, which looks kind of cool. There we go. Now you can see it. Almond wine. And then I got this after dinner bitter, like a liqueur from Italy as well. So I got all my soldiers. Yes, from Sicily. I have all my soldiers lined up.
The little football at the end of the toe, right? Sicily. That's a separate place, is it?
Yeah, you have Italy, mainland Italy, and then the toe part is separate, and that's Sicily. And then actually above Sicily, it's a separate island. It's part of Italy, but they classify themselves as their own country. They went there as well, so they did a pretty good tour of Italy.
What's that called?
Separate. Palermo, I think, is a city.
Palermo.
I don't know. It's just above Sicily.
Never been to Italy.
I saw like the pictures that they sent me while they were there were just unbelievable. Like
scenery's fantastic.
It's very, very mountainous. They did a lot of the coast, north, south, right? So you're looking at the ocean from mountaintops. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And they said they went to this one restaurant that was 5-star, and they had to take this bus ride and all this shit. And they said the roads were little narrow dirt roads with giant potholes, and you just looked and there's just a cliff, right? And the bus driver's just giving going up. And then she sent me pictures from sitting out on the patio at the restaurant, and it was just breathtaking. It's like, oh my God.
You know, probably the most beautiful place I've ever been was in Calgary. There's this place called Canmore, and it's this little town. But I was on another mountain that overlooked the backside of it. So when you're in Canmore, you see the mountain and it's carved out one way, but then when you get up to this mountain, you see it carved the other way. You see it from the backside. It's awesome. Yeah. But so you go up to this lodge and you take the ski lift up, and now you're above the clouds. Yeah. So you have breakfast above the clouds, right? Mm-hmm. It's still a little bit dark, not dark, but gray.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as you're eating, the clouds open up, and all of a sudden you can see freaking pretty much Calgary. Mm-hmm. But
wow,
it is beautiful out there. You're literally eating above the clouds, and all you see is mountaintops, no trees, and then it opens up. I was like, how often does this happen? My buddy who worked there, he's like, almost every day, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's not as naturally beautiful, but it was beautiful in its own way. Was when I used to work at the CN Tower. You know, if there was low cloud, people wouldn't go up, right? You know,
like that picture that was online just the other day, where you said, "I've done that."
Now that is a time actually. That is a great time to go up because same thing, Derek. You're above the clouds.
Yep.
Right. You're looking down, and like the Bank of Montreal building, the TD, the really tall buildings, tops of them are popping through, and it's just fantastic. You know what I mean?
Everything else is just white, right?
Yeah,
just all fluffy.
But it's just spectacular. That was one of my favorite times. But whenever I used to do those you'd get there in the evening or whatever, early, and people wouldn't come up, earlier or anything, thinking, "Wow, there's nothing to see," but there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're above the clouds.
It's an amazing feeling, and you're not even in an airplane.
Yep. I've actually been up in the CN Tower with it like that.
Oh, you have? Yeah. So you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, because living out here, when we went to the CN Tower, you went to the CN Tower. Yeah. And then for a while, we went up there just to party. Like we would, because it was fairly cheap to get up.
Yep.
And
it was.
We could sit in the bar and drink. Yeah. And then we would go out to like downtown bars after the Joker and
the Joker,
the Loose Moose, I think it was, or
Loose Moose.
Well, it was always an impressive place to take the girls to the rotating restaurant, right? Yeah. Like a lot of the ones that never been down there, you take them down there and go up to CN Tower and you have dinner and
Yeah, you'd put the purse on the window ledge and then that'd be it. You wouldn't see it for 72 minutes.
It was like what, an hour or so to do a loop?
It's like 72 minutes.
Yeah. So
crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is about the tower, one of the things that someone pointed out to me when I was there in my very early days, because I was there for like 9.5 years. But
wow, nice.
There were it was like a November night. I just started there actually. It was like a November night, and it was like stormy, like rainy, stormy, grey, cold.
Yep.
And lightning. And I'm there like in my DJ booth, and like whatever. It could be an early close tonight. There's hardly anybody in. It was like middle of the week, and Guy LeBlanc, who was one of the night managers, came up. He goes, "Can you feel that, George?" I'm like, playing the music. I feel what? Can you feel the movement? What movement?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm feeling the grooves. What are you talking about, Guy? No, look. He said, "Look at the mirror balls, right? The disco balls." And they were like swinging like this, right? And then once I realized that, I'm going, "Oh my God, I can feel it on my feet."
Yeah.
Right? It's like being on a boat. And I'm like, I'm way up in the air. I think, geez, I'm moving,
And that was the one big thing they did when they built that tower. They designed it to be flexible. Like, who would think concrete was flexible?
How much does it flex? It's
18
amazing.
inches, the big one.
Yeah.
The big part, it's called the
what do they call it?
It's called, I think it's the main
big disc where the restaurant and all
the main
that
one,
shit
because you've got the space deck. I think that's called the Sky Pod. It's like the big one with the restaurant above and everything.
Yeah.
And that moves 18 inches in all directions.
The observation deck's above that. 18
and the space deck, which is the little one that
up top,
yeah, that moves 3 feet actually, and they actually close that off. If
the weather gets too bad, they close it. You can't go up.
You can go on the main one, but you can't go up there.
Pretty wild, eh?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Well, there it is.
So shortly, I'm gonna get George to play a song because I have to open this. Okay. But I just noticed something on the back of this Easy Amber. It has written here. It says, "Wet your whistle." It says, "The Cottage. A sacred getaway, is it a place or is it a state of mind?
Yes.
Take it easy and let your cool, laid-back amber help you decide." Huh? Pretty neat, eh?
There you go.
Get it, George.
All right.
Hit it, George.
Hit it.
Cheers.
Hit it.
Cheers,
I want
everybody.
to rock right now. I'm Rob Basin. Get There goes the attack cat.
Wow. I love it.
Getting a lot of use that tune tonight.
Yeah. What a
Cheers
great
again.
tune it is.
Oh,
Did
hey.
I'm almost empty here. I'll have to nip to the bar and get another one. But cheers all the Heikadelics out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to all you folks. I have some advice for you guys as well.
Oh,
If you care for that kind of stuff.
well,
Boys.
it all depends on
And
what you're giving me advice about.
I just want to tell you, the world is not getting dumber. It's just getting easier for dumb people to voice their opinions.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Heiko.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
So,
What?
why do you say that, Heiko? What has set you off this time to say that?
It's just, you just look at what's around you sometimes, and you just shake your head and go, oh my God. Like, did you just crawl out of the burlap sack, or have you been in the closet for 15 years? Like, some people are just woohoo out there.
Some people are out there. They've always been out there.
Nah, it's more. I'm not saying anything bad, but I'm just finding things are changing. People are changing. The way they think are changing. There's a lot more frustrated and angry people. You know,
Are you finding that?
I know. I notice it. Like, it depends who you hang out with too. I'm just saying, if you just go out generally in public, you go to a grocery store, there's a lot of people huffing and puffing, and they couldn't crack a smile if their life depended on it. They're just got this miserable scowl on their face, you know. And it never used to be like that. Like, the grocery store was, believe it or not, a place you go meet people. You go to the grocery store. That was one of the best pickup places. Not bars, grocery stores.
Wow.
And it's true.
Oh, come on.
Right?
Yeah.
I found this so many times.
How many love stories have started?
Being a tall person, like I'm 6'1", I would find so many times. Yeah. Actually, I think you're a little taller.
Maybe.
I think so. But anyways, a lot of times women would just come up to you and say, hey, can you reach that for me? And then there was always a conversation and stuff. And I'm looking up there. Yeah, that's up there. But it's also right down there in front of your face. Like, come on, what's going on here? Right?
Hitting on you.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you were getting played and you didn't even know it. Didn't even know you were in the game. It's okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's okay, yeah, here you go. Have fun. You want to?
Yeah.
But I'm just finding people are changing slowly, and it's kind of sad.
I've been finding people a bit happier lately.
Are you?
Yeah, some like
some.
It's funny you should mention that, because you just reminded me. Last week I was at the gas station around the corner, and there was this girl working there, and this guy, and they're talking, right? They're talking, and like, and then this lady who was in front of me eventually got served. And I don't know, like, you know, and I've seen this particular person before, and she turns around and she looks at me and goes, "Oh my God, talk about service! Like, thank you very much. Like, bloody rude. Like, come again. You know, take it." Like, and she was like livid. She went out after she did it. And I thought, and I was up next. I thought, then she isn't very friendly, this girl. But this lady just like, just went.
You see like 15 others who are just, hey, have a nice day. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, I worked for probably the most grumpiest guy in the world. He could, like, literally, he could not say a nice thing.
Right? Really?
Well, no, I literally think it was his son even told me that. This lady was walking across the sidewalk, like a crosswalk one day, and he starts yelling at her. would you hurry up? She's like literally in a walker. I'm like, dude, settle down. Like she's in a walker. Well, she shouldn't be walking if she can't fucking cross the road. And just like literally, this guy couldn't. There's nothing in the world, nothing that he wouldn't make about.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dropped a boat on my head. Oh, you'll be okay. You shouldn't have fucking had your head there anyways. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
But I find that people from being, let's say, normal to like woohoo over the top, it's so quick now. It's like flipping a switch. They just snap. They just start freaking out. I see it at the gas pumps in the grocery store, like the liquor store, wherever I go. If there's 3 people in line, they're losing their shit because they can't get out fast enough. Right?
I'm just gonna be right here. 1 second.
Okay, you do what you gotta do. I think he's gonna. Oh, did you see that? He just disappeared. Boom! He was gone.
Whoa! Hey,
Derek's got some magic shit going on there.
Holy moly! Who needs Big Red with it when we've got Derek?
I know. He just got up and poof! All I saw was the beach. He was gone.
The beach is gone.
That's impressive.
I went swimming on the beach.
Yeah.
I go to my cabana. Got a cigar from Havana.
Was it good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuba. I think I got a trip booked there for next spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go smoke some cigars in Cuba.
Well, I got some shit happening too. I'm going to northern Quebec in a couple weeks. The weekend after Thanksgiving. Just getting together with some great people, and we're going way up north. There's a lake. The town is called Notre Dame de Laus.
Yeah.
It's a little tiny town in the middle of nowhere along the riverside, and then we're heading like 25 minutes into the bush from there to another lake, and it's just gorgeous, overlooking the lake, and you see the Laurentians, right? So we're just going to spend 4 or 5 days up there and just take it easy, have some fun, just relax.
In the Laurentians, I think the only place I've been is Mount Sutton.
Sutton.
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Yeah.
There's wicked snowboarding. I
went up there, and funny or not, you know all about this shit. That's the first place I actually truly went kayaking.
Yeah.
I've never got to experience that until I went up there. And the cottage is in a bay, and we went around the bay down to the end of the lake and down the river and in a kayak, and I was just like, this is so cool. Yeah. I've never done it before. I love it.
Kayaking is so much easier than canoeing.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
Night and day.
Like I can canoe. I used to canoe all the time. I'm pretty decent at it, but I just found kayaking to be so different, and I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah. So we're doing that again. Yeah. Night, guys. Night, Susan. Pleasure having you on the show. And yeah, we're doing that. And then end of November, I'm going to Mexico.
Mexico.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep. And get some good cigars there too.
I am on a mission, man. I want to go down there, and I'm going to bring back a bottle of tequila.
Okay, so bring back your tequila. That's not tequila. It's oh my God. Huh? I'm trying to think of what it's called. If you go on like some of the guided tours and stuff, they'll tell you it's Mexican tequila. It's the real Mexican tequila. It's not what they sell in the stores. Well, they sell it in stores, but
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not a tequila guy.
Not mezcal.
No, I'm not a connoisseur of tequila by all means. And I had my fill years ago when I was young and drank too much tequila, and I just don't like it, right?
Yeah. Mm.
But
which part of Mexico are you going to?
I don't fucking know. I really don't. I've seen the resort, and it looks absolutely incredible. Like there's call it a moat, call it whatever you want, but a lot of the parts of the resort are connected by water. So let's say you guys were at a different part of the resort than I was. I could just get my little floaty and my drink, and I could paddle in the water with my hands and wind up where you are. Everything's connected by water. Yeah. And it's adults only.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But so the tequila I've had is tequila that I guess everybody drinks. You have in bars, whatever. I don't like it. Now, my cousin Gord and my buddy Brian, they're both tequila connoisseurs. So they don't buy anything that's less than $80 for a 26er, like good tequila.
Yep. And
when you drink that is a totally different drink. It's not like tequila. It's so good.
See, there's sometimes though, like with cigars, right?
Yeah.
If I smoke, like I've just been getting into them a little more. So if I smoke a cigar and I like it, it doesn't matter if it's a $300 cigar or a $50 cigar or a $5 cigar.
Yeah.
But with alcohol, if you say you have like a $5 tequila, and buddy's like, I have a $50 tequila, he's gonna say that it's better.
Mm.
Why do you think that is? You know what I mean? Like,
okay. I could tell you this because I'm I'm a whiskey guy.
Yep.
So I drink my 40 Creek. That's my go-to whiskey. I've had other ones. It's a beautiful drinking whiskey, like for mixed drinks and shit. But now they also have bottles that are $90 instead of $38, right? And they go, why is that so expensive? It's age different, whatever. And I'm telling you, you do not mix that. You drink it straight, and it is so different. It is so good. It's unbelievable how much better that expensive whiskey is.
Yeah.
So I found out now tequila, same thing. You buy a really good tequila, it's not like that shit you normally drink. It's something you drink straight. It's a sipping tequila, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a comedian, Ron White. You guys probably know who he is. He got together a couple years back. Did you ever see his shows by Ron White's comedy, live comedy?
Yeah, I saw him at Rama.
Yes.
Him and Fox they weren't doing the blue collar comedy, but they were doing a tour together.
Okay. So Ron White, wherever he went, he would smoke a cigar and he would have a glass of whiskey. That was part of his shtick. He'd always be drinking and smoking on stage.
Drunk.
Yeah, well, and all of a sudden, he stopped drinking whiskey because he got together with a Mexican guy, and they have a distillery in Mexico, and they make a tequila called Number One, like the name Juan.
Yeah.
Juan. And that tequila is supposed to be incredible, but you cannot get it in Canada, $0. It costs you more to ship the bottle here than the bottle costs.
Mm.
And if you go to the U.S., it's only available in the very southern states. So going to Mexico, I'm going to be on the prowl. I want to bring one of those back. I want to try it. Just because I want to try something good. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same with vodkas. I've had vodka. You have your regular Smirnoff vodka. It's garbage. It's crap. It's the shittiest vodka on the market. But everybody drinks it because that's what everybody drinks, right?
So just because you said that, Kathy says she's a vodka snob.
Okay. Kathy, I want to know. Okay, I hate American.
Okay,
yeah. I hate no matter what the brand is or what you could buy here. I can't explain it, but their vodka does not taste the same. And I agree. I was never really a big vodka guy. Like I used it for mixed drinks and shit. And then you get together with a couple people, like Polish people, they love just shooting vodka and stuff. So I did that. But I met Russian people a couple years ago, and he brought out a vodka. It was called Van Gogh Blue, like Van Gogh, right? Van Gogh.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tasted anything like it. It did not taste like vodka. It was so clean, so pure, so awesome to drink. And I said, being in Canada, we can't get this. What's the next best thing? And he said, you ever heard of Russian standard vodka? I said, I've seen it. I've never tried it. He said, that's the best bet. And he said, if you buy the standard bottle, the cheap one, he said, it's okay. It's better than Smirnoff and all that other stuff. But if you buy the gold or platinum, now you're getting close to what this is. And I bought that, and yeah, it's good vodka. Like the Grey Goose, crap. All that stuff, crap. You got to buy good vodka. And Kathy knows what I'm talking about. So I can't get to it right now on my phone.
She's snob.
Vodka snob, perfect. I'll let you know, Kathy, but I just talked to this Russian guy again. I haven't seen him in years. And I just met up with him, and his son was there, and his son is a vodka snob. And ever since this bullshit happened with Russia, they've taken all the Russian vodka off the market. So we're looking for comparable vodka, and there's a company, I can't pronounce the name right now, but I have it on my phone. It used to be a Russian-made vodka, and a Ukrainian company bought the rights, and they bought the company, so it is still Russian vodka, but it's made in Ukraine. Yeah. So I have the name of it. I'm going to look for it, and if I find it, I'll let you know. Because good quality drinks are worth buying.
So this rocket that
yes. Tell me.
I don't know much about it. Oh, by the way, sorry, that song "Dang Me," as I'm looking at my phone, was Roy Miller. Dang me, might as well grab a rope and hang me.
Don't know that.
I don't know that one either.
I'll give you a second.
By the way, just to finish up on vodka.
Dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me.
No, I don't know that. Sounds familiar.
Woman, would you weep for me?
Nice.
Wow. Were you drunk in Alabama in a bar somewhere and you heard that?
That's from 76 or 78.
Wow.
So it's not that old.
Just my experience of vodka, I have not had vodka to drink since my 21st birthday.
Oh, that's the one that got you, was it?
That's a long time ago. I've not touched a vodka since.
Really?
That's about
tell
all
us
I can
why have you not touched vodka since? Come on.
It was just I don't know. It's just like
too much.
So what happened to you is you drank too much.
Well, everyone's buying
vodka.
these shots, right?
Yeah, I know, but that's
you go out and it's like, whoa,
right.
Whoa.
You go to a bar.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking bars, but bars are there to make a profit. So they are not going to buy a good vodka. They're going to buy a shitty, cheap vodka. Yeah. So you drank a ton of cheap vodka, and that messed you up.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
What did Kathy just say? I missed that.
Oh. Kathy said,
Looking forward to
finding good vodka, Heiko.
I'll set you up, Kathy. No worries. Yeah.
So, Heiko, I disagree with that because it doesn't have to be a bad alcohol. If you just drink too much of it, shit-faced,
because that was my drink.
You're just not going to like it anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody has that one drink.
I'll tell you this. My wife was with me, and she hates vodka, right? She's just, again, had trouble with crappy vodka. She's just, nope. If vodka in it, I'm not drinking it. Now, this Russian guy we met, Vlad, imagine that.
Wow.
He's the guy that brought that bottle out. He brought that bottle from vodka and had it in his fridge, and he was just waiting for a good time to celebrate and open it. And we had found his boat that got stolen, and we recovered his boat for him. So he had us over for a barbecue, and he brought that bottle out. My wife had 10 shots of vodka that night, and she was happy, laughing, and she was not drunk. She was a little tipsy, obviously, but she said that was a really, really good experience to have something high quality like that and enjoy it. So You know, that's one person that doesn't like vodka that thought this stuff was amazing.
Kathy, I'm sorry, Kathy, Malibu rum used to be like my drink. Malibu and cranberry. Oh, used to love it.
Really? Malibu rum and cranberry?
Oh, loved it. Yeah. Because you get the sweet and the bitter, right? Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. See, I'm not a
Bitter
coconut
sweet.
guy, so I can't drink Malibu rum. It's just
Oh yeah.
but it's just me and coconuts, right?
Yeah, it is. You're coconut. Well,
But-
Heiko, speaking about being coconut,
Uh-huh.
it is almost time to go to college. I mean, go to bed.
For you, maybe, but I know George and I are going to be up for another hour
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. But it's funny, Derek, when you had the cat there, your cat on the lap, and you're like stroking him, you look like a Bond villain, you know, on the Island Paradise Hideaway going, yes, my next
Dr. Evil. And the
the
man.
world
Wow.
is mine.
Yes. Well, that's funny. Well, we're going to have to get some word from people because I know Danny is planning another hamburger eating contest. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully get you guys out to this one. You know, even if you don't enter to eat, it's bloody fun to watch. So you have a normal meal and you watch guys trying to smash back a bunch of burgers. And it's funny, like we weighed that burger, it's 3 pounds, and 3 pounds is a lot of food to eat.
A lot of burgers.
Now, I get it. That's a contest to eat 3 pounds. That's a challenge. That's a huge challenge. Now, there are people out there that are making burgers that people just can't eat. Like
I saw a 104-pound burger today.
Yeah, I sent that to Danny, and I go, "What do you think of this?" And it was 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I go, "Why would you even make that? No one's going to eat that. It's just a total waste of food."
Yeah, but if you say like you have a hockey team or something, you know what I mean?
That's
Right?
different.
Everybody goes, "Let's go in and get the big burger," right?
Yeah, we'll split it. Right? Okay. But even this one, when they cut it in half with the machete,
Yeah.
it looked so gross. All the cheese oozing out of it
I thought that looked
because they put 4 bricks of cheese in between the beef. So when they cut it, the cheese was all melted, and it just started running out the burger. It was like, what a waste of cheese.
It just looked good.
It was nasty. But anyway.
All right, Hike, let's put you on the big screen.
Oh my God.
Oh, maybe I won't.
Maybe it won't. Oh, there's George.
Heiko.
Hey.
George looks better than me anyway. Come on.
Yeah, but you've got the names.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there he is.
Holy shit. There we go.
Right.
Okay. Oh, so that's what he looked like. Okay.
I know, eh? Yeah, well, you get closer. Derek, George, any last words? Derek, you got something coming up, don't you? You're playing
I got lots
somewhere.
of things coming up.
Right?
Yeah, we're playing Hamilton.
You're playing at you're playing at that bar again too, aren't you? In a couple weeks.
Oh, the Rock Pile, yes.
The Rock Pile.
Yes, with Wednesday 13.
Yes. I was confused. I saw that Wednesday the 13th, but it's November 20th or something. I was just confused.
So Wednesday 13 is a solo artist, but he used to be the singer of a band called the Murder Dolls. And that was, have you heard of the band Slipknot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they parted with their original drummer, Joey Jorgensen. And Joey stopped playing drums and started playing guitars and started the band the Murder Dolls. And then Joey died, so the Murder Dolls kind of stopped, right?
Wow.
But this is Wednesday 13 doing his own thing again, and he's been doing it like for 20 years, right? So
yeah,
it's just solo stuff. And
okay, that's good history, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're playing with them that night?
Yes, October 8th, Saturday.
Saturday, October 8th.
Yep.
And I saw that. I saw the ad, and I'm going, that's the weekend I'm going to be in Northern Quebec.
Yeah.
So I can't go to the show. But you guys out there, if you're into good music, go to the Rock Pile.
Yeah.
On the 8th.
Gotta go.
See
Wednesday,
the House of Haunt.
13th.
And Wednesday 13th. And who's the other band? Is there another band?
The other band.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. All right. And George.
I forget the other bands. Sorry.
Yeah. George, you got any gigs coming up or anything people should know about?
There was a couple of things that unfortunately fell through. One of them would have been this week, Saturday, which I was looking forward to, but unfortunately they went with the band.
Oh no. They didn't do that to you, did they?
Well, the live band.
Bastards.
I know. But I am actually going to my first concert since COVID on Sunday.
Really? Who are you going to see?
I'm going to see The Who.
Oh.
Who?
Yeah. Sunday. That is, I mean, so I got my ticket a few weeks ago. Right. And it's on my phone.
Yep.
So I have to go into on the phone to Ticketmaster or what have you, and find my ticket there somewhere. Now, me being technologically challenged, I haven't found it yet. So
it's in your email.
I'll find it on Sunday.
I've done that a few times too, and I don't really panic, but I have this little worry. I go, what happens if I get there and I can't find my ticket? Right?
Exactly.
So what I've done now for all the ones I get online, as soon as I buy the ticket, it displays the ticket, right?
Right.
And then if you close that, now it's stored away on your phone somewhere and you can't fucking find it.
Yeah.
But as soon as it's on the screen, I take a snapshot of that screen. So now if I go into my album, boom, it's right there. So that's what you got to do, George. Take a snapshot of the ticket.
I'll find it.
It should be at the bottom of your email. There should be a link to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got like the official receipt that I printed out and with the number on it. With the order number or whatever it's called, just in case I've got that. But I thought, like, where do I sign in? And you get all this garbage from Ticketmaster, you know.
I know.
Whatever. Where does you just sign in with your password, whatever you need, you know? So
Well, George, I wish you luck.
Yeah.
You're a better man than me to go see The Who.
Well, I grew up with The Who, right? I mean, I'm not really looking forward to it, you know. I think I mentioned this. It's, you know, if they're in town, I'll go and see them, you know. I mean, they're well past the, sell-by date for sure.
Well, it's a good thing to know because if I ever get Who tickets, I'm just going to give them to you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I just feel obliged to go. I've seen them so many times down the years. So
have you? Wow.
Yeah. First time I saw him was 1969, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
And that was my first concert I ever went to. And I wasn't prepared for coming out at the end of the concert. I was right in downtown, city centre, Manchester.
Yeah.
And it's a busy street, Oxford Street. Oxford Road is a really busy street. There's all movies, houses, and theatres.
Yeah.
And traffic. But couldn't hear anything. Came out of the Who concert. Nothing.
Damn.
And I was up in the circle as well.
Yeah.
So I thought, wow. Took about
so when are you going? This Sunday coming?
Sunday evening, yeah. Jump on the old gold train again. Yeah.
So next show, you can tell us all about it. That'll be when we ask George. So what's due this week?
Well, I'm still looking for my ticket. I'll be there at the security going, it's on here somewhere, honestly, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my seat. It's, row whatever. I've got it. I just can't find my bloody ticket,
Right on. So, anyways, thanks, guys. It was a great show. I also want to thank the guests that were on our show tonight. Melody, number one, of course. And I got to thank Joe for going down to Country Stop Burgers. I'm sure Danny appreciates it, and we're going to keep pumping that out there. Everybody that's hungry, go to Country Stop Burgers. I also want to thank Murph, Susan, Keisha, Richard, Junior, Danny, and Kathy. You guys all rock. Kathy, I'll get back to you about the vodka thing, and we're going to see all you guys here next Monday night at 9:30 right here on the Heikadelic Show. Cheers, everybody. Have an awesome week. Take care. And cheers!
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.